OROPOUCHE fever. What's the first symptom? How is it treated? How is this disease spread? How can we prevent and diagnose it? Today, we'll also discuss the history of this health issue, which, like dengue, involves a mosquito. Here in Brazil, cases have surged in 2024. For comparison, in all of 2023, 832 cases were reported. That's for the entire year. Now, just in the first 15 weeks of 2024, 3,354 cases have been reported. That's a huge spike, not counting cases misreported as dengue, Zika, or chikungunya. OROPOUCHE poses a major risk as it's spread by a mosquito harder to control than the dengue mosquito. So folks, this topic is super relevant and timely. I always love studying disease history and name origins. The OROPOUCHE virus, or OROPOUCHE fever, got its name because the virus causing this disease was isolated in 1955 in Trinidad and Tobago in Central America near a river called OROPOUCHE, which, by the way, is quite beautiful. If you look up images, you'll see it's a really interesting river, this OROPOUCHE river. In Brazil, it's not new. It's been here for decades, with several epidemics occurring over the years. To give you an idea, between 1978 and 1980, there were over 130,000 OROPOUCHE cases in the Brazilian Amazon. Some sources even say OROPOUCHE fever is one of the most common viruses, second only to dengue. It's more prevalent in the Amazon's rainy season from January to June. But the disease is spreading across all of Brazil, and cases are already being reported beyond Amazonas and Pará, in Acre, Roraima, Bahia, Mato Grosso, Sao Paulo, and also in Rio de Janeiro. What's curious, interesting, and even surprising about this disease is the virus's transmission cycle, as it has two cycles. The first is the wild cycle, where sloths, certain monkeys, coatis, and birds are natural hosts of the virus. A mosquito arrives, bites an infected animal, then bites another uninfected animal, and transmits the virus to this new animal, to this second bitten animal. So that's the wild cycle. Sloths, monkeys, coatis, and some birds. In urban areas, only humans can be hosts. Cats, dogs, and other urban animals aren't OROPOX virus hosts. Like dengue, transmission occurs through female mosquito bites, but it's not the Aedes aegypti, the dengue mosquito. It's the female Culicoides parens, known as biting midges or mangrove mosquitoes. And Culex mosquitoes can also transmit it. That's the danger. Culex is the common mosquito we see all over Brazil. This Culex, for instance, can bite someone infected with OROPOX, especially in the first 3-4 days of symptoms when the viral load is highest in that person, and after biting them, it can bite and infect another person. Some aspects of the signs and symptoms are surprising, as you'll soon understand. Clinical manifestations appear 4 to 8 days after virus exposure, which is the disease's incubation period. So if a mosquito bites me today, I'll start showing symptoms in 4 to 8 days. The signs and symptoms are very similar to those of dengue fever. Fever, headache, body aches, joint pain, loss of appetite, dizziness, chills, and sensitivity to light. Skin rashes, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and pain behind the eyes may also occur. In 60% of cases, symptoms recur after a few days, though usually milder than before. Although symptoms typically last under a week, OROPOX can cause meningitis and encephalitis. Fortunately, it rarely leaves lasting effects, even in severe cases. Generally, OROPOX fever has a lower risk of complications than dengue. It's less likely to cause hemorrhage or shock, but has a higher risk of neurological issues like meningitis and encephalitis. To date, no deaths have been recorded, and those infected usually develop immunity. Diagnosis is done via blood tests, antibody tests, and PCR to detect the virus's genetic material. Often, it's mistaken for other arboviruses like Zika, dengue, or chikungunya due to similar clinical presentation. How can we prevent OROPOX fever, folks? By reducing mosquito breeding sites, basic sanitation, to avoid standing water, no dumps, no exposed tires collecting water. Also use repellent, and obviously avoid areas where the disease is endemic, where cases are increasing or frequent. Treatment is very similar to dengue fever. Hydration is key. Drink lots of water when sick. Use symptom relief meds. Avoid aspirin and acetaminophen as they may harm the liver. So, dipyrone seems the best for oropoxy symptoms, okay? In severe cases, antiviral treatment with ribavirin may be started. But folks, what do they see? Well, it's not serious in most cases. It's a disease that leaves no lasting effects. But if someone has an underlying health issue, a comorbidity, or obesity, or a condition that weakens their immune system, if they have diabetes or high blood pressure, all of these factors contribute to a higher risk of developing a severe case. So, if you want to protect yourself from severe illness, not just from oropoxy, but from other infections too, if you want to protect yourself from heart attacks, if you want to protect yourself from strokes, if you want to protect yourself from cancer, what you need to do is maintain a healthy lifestyle, eat well, maintain a healthy weight, exercise regularly, manage your stress, get good sleep, avoid alcohol and smoking. All of this will help you stay healthier, improve your quality of life, and protect you from non-infectious diseases like heart attacks, as well as infectious diseases like oropox, which we're discussing here. So, if you want to learn how to have the best lifestyle in the world, folks, it's not just about working on our body, but also our mind. Everything we don't use atrophies. If you don't use your mind, it'll deteriorate too. These habits, when combined, and a healthy lifestyle overall, are key to improving your muscle weakness and chronic non-communicable diseases like high blood pressure, diabetes, anxiety, depression, high cholesterol. It'll help prevent cancer, heart attacks, and strokes. So all of this has great potential to improve your life, to transform your quality of life for the better. If you want Dr. João's help, I recommend reading my book, The Longevity Code with 100 Habits to Live Past 100. These habits will explain and show you how to care for your health without meds, tests, or doctors in a simple way with scientifically proven strategies that are accessible and you can start right now. So if you want more energy, more vitality, more quality of life, click now on the first link in the description and get your longevity code for just $29.90 in digital format, which is the only version available. If you don't like the book, no worries, I'll refund your money.